Hey friends, somehow my microphone cut out for the very first part of this video here, so I had to re-record. But today I wanted to talk about Prince Harry. He's being sued by Senabali, the charity he set up himself in honor of Princess Diana several years ago. Now, I know sometimes people who mainly watch my true crime content get a little confused whenever I want to talk about celebrity issues. And Harry and Meghan, in my opinion, are just celebrity issues. Now they're no longer really royal family adjacent. But yeah, people are like, Millie, this is not important. There's people that are dying. And I get it. However, some of the stuff we talk about in true crime is so heavy and deep. I really enjoy a little break now and then of just a good celebrity roast. Now, I don't enjoy roasting celebrities for, their appearance or having a fashion faux pas or anything like that. I enjoy roasting them whenever they constantly display magnitudes of hypocrisy right in our faces and then try to preach at us. I don't like that at all. And that is what Harry and Meghan excel at. They love to tell us that the British press was so unfair to them. And let's be real, there were some articles that were not cool, but they were very, very small, not well known publications. The main part of the British press was actually very excited because I was reading the articles because I've always followed the royal family. It was really shocking to me whenever I first heard that Meghan is saying the royal family is racist, because my first thought upon hearing that was, well, yeah, some are. Harry is kind of the main one. And I feel like even though he married a mixed race woman, some of that inner tendency in him is still coming out. And that brings us to why he's being sued. He's being sued by the president of Senabali, Dr. Sophie Chandoka, and she's a beautiful Black African lady. Now let's take a look at why they're suing Harry. Okay, here on the BBC website, it says a charity co-founded by the Duke of Sussex is suing him for defamation. A spokesman for Senabali, which supports young people in southern Africa, say the court action is because of an alleged adverse media campaign, which they claim has caused disruption and reputational harm to the charity and its leadership. Now, a spokesperson for Prince Harry and another former trustee of the charity, Mark Dwyer, who is also being sued, said they categorically reject these offensive and damaging claims. That is Harry's favorite statement. He always says that is categorically false, categorically untrue, I categorically deny. Does that mean they're uncategorically true? Like, what does that even mean? Like, I understand what categorically means, but does it have a different context that I'm not getting? Yeah, what does he even mean when he categorically denies stuff? What is categorically denying mean? What is categorically? To categorically deny something means to reject an accusation or claim in the most absolute, unconditional, and explicit manner possible. It implies a complete, unequivocal no. It covers every detail of the claim without leaving room for doubt, qualification, or exception. Oh, yeah, it's to categorically deny every single thing. When I heard that they are suing Harry and another person who appears to be this Mark Dwyer guy for slander and defamation, my first thought was, oh, I remember the weird articles that came out last year and in 2024 about this. Let's take a look, friends. Maybe this is the slander and defamation. Okay, this is from Newsweek. And the date on this is April 2nd, 2025, almost a year ago exactly. It says Prince Harry's allies racialized swipe at woman who called him a bully. Now, real quick, before we read this, I want to show y'all something. Okay, now to set this up a little bit, this is a Senabali polo charity event that Meghan wasn't expected to attend. And when she showed up at the last minute with Serena Williams, apparently she sent the Senabali staff scrambling to find them champagne. And then she kind of interrupted their planned choreography for all the events, because these things are planned out very precisely in advance. And she decided to randomly show up as a surprise on stage with the polo team. Harry and the polo team were accepting their award, and all of a sudden, surprise, surprise, here comes Meghan. Let's take a look. See Harry all surprised? Oh, wow. Oh, nice. And then Meghan poses with the whole team, tells everybody to gather around. She holds the trophy in the center, basically. Well, I guess they all hold it, but yeah. It was weird. But there's more. So after that, Dr. Sophie Chandoka comes up as president of the charity to get in a picture with the team that's playing for her charity. Let's watch how that goes with Meghan Markle when Dr. Sophie tries to stand by Harry. There's Dr. Sophie, looking very beautiful. Meghan keeps pointing at her to come over here, come over here, and come over here. Finally, she has to like duck under their arms to get away from Harry and by Meghan. And this was televised, obviously. People noticed that it seemed like Meghan just was not willing to have the picture taken with them both, her and Dr. Sophie, on each side of Harry, and forced an awkward movement underneath their arms and stuff. They barely even moved for her, with Meghan pointing for her to go over there. And the press made a lot of it because it was awkward and it was unnecessary and unexpected. So then we come back to the article that I remembered whenever I heard they were suing Harry for libel and defamation. Again, this is April 2nd, 2025. Prince Harry allies racialized swipe at woman who called him a bully. Prince Harry has been dragged into a new scandal over the collapse of his relationship with the chair of his charity following racialized comments by a friend he authorized to speak to the media. You know how he throws such a dang fit? I mean, he has a big old fit saying that, oh, Camilla, she briefed the media against him and his family. And his father briefs the media. William and Kate, they briefed the media. It's a media war. It has to stop. Harry sends his friends to brief the media against anyone he's upset with. It's just another example of the hypocrisy, friends. The Duke of Sussex quit as patron of the charity after the toxic disintegration in relations between its chair, Sophie Chandoka, and the board. Now, Harry's friend Alex Rayner has suggested Zimbabwean Chandoka was jealous of Meghan Markle. Harry's friend Alex Rayner says, "It feels like Chandoka had her nose put out of joint because she was not the most important woman of color on that stage," he said. Separately, Rayner said, "H is very happy for me to speak to him about how he feels about this awful situation." Oh, yes, H-bomb out here authorizing people to speak to journalists. Look at Harry's angry face. This must be one photo Meghan allowed them to get together, and Harry probably knew he was going to be in for hell when he got home. Sholomo Shogbemamu, author of This Is Why I Resist, told Newsweek, "The statement made by Harry's friend is inappropriate and he's just throwing dirt. What he's saying is totally baseless. He's asserted that deliberately to make divisive comments between two women of color. There is nothing to suggest that Sophie Chandoka is remotely jealous of Meghan. Why would she be?" Good question. And Chandoka has leveled allegations of bullying and harassment at Prince Harry, including with reference to his public swipes at her. She also leveled allegations of misogynoir, prejudice against Black women, at other unnamed figures in the charity. With that in mind, it is a bold decision by an Eton-educated white friend of a prince to infer racialized jealousy by a Black woman of a biracial woman. I freaking agree. If H-bomb authorized that, what the hell was he thinking? And if Meghan knew about it, that is very uncool and hypocritical as someone who claims to have experienced prejudice as a Black woman. I don't get it, friends. Then back to the article, it says, Rayner has not given a concrete explanation of why he believes she was jealous of Meghan, nor any evidence to back it up. Rayner's comments relates to a specific tension between Chandoka and Meghan over a photo shoot at the end of a polo match organized to raise money for Cinnabali. Meghan and Harry were posing on stage with his team in the winner's trophy when Chandoka went on stage late, after the photo shoot had already begun. There was an awkward moment between her and Meghan after Chandoka initially stood next to Harry before Meghan invited her to move, saying, "Do you want to come over here?" When Chandoka stayed put, Meghan repeated her invitation to move several more times, until eventually Chandoka ducked under the trophy to switch position. That's why the media commented on it, because Sophie clearly did not want to move, but Meghan wouldn't stop insisting, which meant the picture could not proceed until Meghan stopped going, "Over here, over here, Over here, Chandoka told Sky News on Sunday the choreography went badly on stage because we had too many people on stage. The international press captured this, and there was a lot of talk about the Duchess and the choreography on stage and whether she should have been there and her treatment of me. Prince Harry asked me to issue some sort of statement in support of the Duchess, and I said I wouldn't. Not because I didn't care about the Duchess, but because I knew what would happen if I did. She knew people would immediately say that Harry sent her to defend Meghan. And also, she stated that she was getting a little tired of the Sussexes treating Cinnabali like an extension of their PR team. Don't blame her a bit. She's president of a serious charity, and Prince Harry wanted to swan in, acting like this is still the 80s or Victorian age, and he can show up as a prince and do whatever he wants. There are reports of him treating Cinnabali actual business meetings and conferences like his therapy session, railing about the royal family. Then I also remembered another article from last year. Let's take a look at that one, friends. This is about the same incident. And this is from page 6, and it was published a day before the other one, April 1st, 2025. Why Prince Harry should fear his angry message to Charity Head will leak after harassment and bullying accusations. Prince Harry should fear his angry message to Cinnabali Charity Head Dr. Sophie Chandoka leaking to the public as it may make him look like a hypocrite. Like a hypocrite, multiple sources told Page 6. Harry should be nervous about his message coming out, especially when he has been so outspoken about his wife being bullied in the past, said a charity insider. The Duke of Sussex, 40, reportedly sent a heated message to Chandoka after she allegedly refused to defend Meghan Markle following an embarrassing moment at a charity polo match in April 2024. Like I said, this goes back 2 years. It all started coming out last year at this time. And then exactly almost a year later, there's a lawsuit. Says Meghan Markle was reportedly not expected on stage as Prince Harry accepted his trophy at a Florida charity polo event in April 2024. So you're ordering Sophie. There ensued a very public moment where Markle made Cinnabali chair Dr. Sophie Chandoka move away from her husband, and Chandoka later refused to defend Meghan's actions. Meghan Markle, 43, made headlines when she appeared to stop Chandoka from standing next to Harry as he collected his trophy at the Miami events. Now, this is the picture she wanted. One charity insider told us Chandoka, who this weekend publicly accused Harry of harassment and bullying at scale, was stunned to get the angry message from Harry. A source also told the Daily Telegraph that the note was unpleasant and imperious. Oh, yeah, Harry can get very royal. It's very obvious sometimes that he has so much imperious privilege. A Cinnabale rep confirmed that they had the message, telling Page 6, "This is true, there is a document." Markle has claimed that she was subjected to shocking treatment while living behind palace walls before she and Harry quit the royal family in 2020, but she has also been accused of bullying staff while she was still a working member of the royal family, which sources close to her have denied. They have denied it, but staff continues to be a revolving door with Harry and Meghan. Where there's smoke, there tends to be fire. Nobody sticks around them. Markle had not been expected at the match, but turned up at the 11th hour with tennis champ Serena Williams. A source told Page 6 that the Duchess asked the event staff to find her some champagne. She was not scheduled to be on stage when Harry accepted his trophy, the onlooker told us, but she decided to get up at the last minute. The choreography went badly because we had too many people on stage, Chandoka told Sky News. Chandoka was asked twice by Markle to move to her left side away from Harry, who insisted on keeping his arm around his wife. Others therefore had to shuffle around them, with Chandoka forced to awkwardly duck under the trophy. She claimed the media attention around it prompted Harry to ask her to issue a statement in support for the Duchess. I said I wouldn't. Not because I didn't care about the Duchess, but because I knew what would happen if I did so, number one. And number two, because we cannot be an extension of the Sussexes, Chandoka said. The charity head and Harry had previously been so friendly that she even accompanied him and his BFF, Argentinian polo player Nacho Figueres, to Singapore for a much different match in August 2023, while Markle stayed home. Interesting, we didn't hear of a single problem with that one, friends. Harry and Prince Seso of Lesotho, with whom he founded the South African-based charity in honor of their mothers, Princess Diana and the Queen Mother Mahatma Boreng Seso, in 2006, resigned from the charity last week after Chandoka refused to stand down his chair. Chandoka told Phillips that Harry authorized the release of his resignation letter without informing her or her directors, unleashing the Sussex machine on her. It says Harry and Prince say so remain firm in their resignation for the good of the charity and look forward to the education of the truth. However, friends, if there is mean messages from Harry, and I bet there are, they're probably going to come out in Discovery and we're going to get to see them as the public. That would be wonderful because I really feel like Harry is a bad dude. I know that is not a popular opinion, even on people who don't care for the Sussexes, but Harry oversaw that African charities while promoting a very imperious royal type idea that the locals needed to be forcibly kept away from the animals and their fishing areas and stuff by guards. And what ensued was horrific beatings and creep. I'm going to do another video about that later, but I'm going to cut this one off here now. What do y'all think? Do you think something crazy is going to come out in the discovery of this? Or do you think Harry will end up vindicated? Let me know in the comments, friends. We'll go out with palate cleanser.